Yeah, it's kind of been a while since we've talked about it or anything new has happened with it, but one of my favorite projects ever has to be the G-scale shelves I built in my room with my family. Like every other model railroader, I think garden railroads are amazing. They are so fun to do, but it's also not the easiest thing to do, let's be honest. Like say you're in a moving process, say you have large animals that make it a bit harder. Maybe you live in an apartment and don't have a garden. Yeah, sadly there's a lot of factors that make it not the simplest thing to do. But kinda like I was saying, these shelves were a great workaround for that. Sadly though, at least recently, they've been kinda dormant and not much has been happening with them. I mean, yeah, the occasional train running, but besides that, I've always wanted to populate it a little bit more and make it a little bit more special, I guess. And ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what we're doing today with this adorable and quite small kit from Junction Hobbies, or Entertainment Junction, the hobby store inside of there. Now overall, this kit is very, very simple, only being a few pieces altogether, but it is formed just a little bit strangely and incorrectly. The inserts for the roof supports are on the bottom of the floor, so a Dremel will have to fix this later. That aside though, it should be as simple as construction and building 2 small benches. Oh, and giving it just a little bit more life, which I plan to do with this little figure here. Now, truth be told, this is just a sitting person, but at least to me, it does kinda have a Ringo Star vibe if you look at it right. Maybe he's just a homeless guy, I don't know. And I do have a small plan for him too, involving a tiny Thomas to, give him some life as well. But for now, let's go ahead and get into this build, starting with, I guess the dremeling process, or fixing the floor. So essentially, again, all we're doing is making a new area for those supports, and this is a very simple but sad and kind of tedious task. Kind of wish I didn't have to do it, but with the cordless Dremel, it's nothing too bad. Next we do a test fit, and that's looking pretty square, at least for now. And now we move on to the benches, which are also very simple. You really don't need to do much with these benches. They're kind of just pushed to fit and, hold together pretty well. Besides that, you may need to remove a bit of extra plastic or flush from the side, but that's pretty much it. And we'll set these aside to be painted later. Now comes the fun bit, painting. Now I do like the green that came in this kit. Truth be told, it's not too inaccurate from Sodor colors, but that's not necessarily what I'm going for here. I'd rather mine's just a bit more unique and looks, a bit more fun. And to do that, I'll be using a red oxide color to make it look a bit more similar to a red iron building. And now, once that's dried and all of that is completed, we move on to the main assembly, putting it all together, and a personal favorite part, finishing that figure. So, those really small or old Thomas keychains that had the moving Thomas? Well, I had a broken one, and decided to take that Thomas and give it to this little figure. I don't know, at least to me it looks like he's a fan or maybe a modeler admiring a piece, which is kind of what we're all doing in the end, isn't it? And after some slight test fitting, a final gluing, smaller details, I think we're finally ready to show this thing off.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.